Hello and welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Tier 8 British heavy tank, the Caernarvon. I quite enjoy playing this tank, although I don't do very well in it. It is a very difficult and challenging tank to play, but I just like it. It has 1,600 hit points, weighs from 61.5 tons to 63 tons, has 810 horsepower. Finally, a tank in the British heavy line that does more than 25 kilometers an hour. Yes, it does 34 kilometers an hour. And it's a breath of fresh air actually be able to get to keep up with the battle, which is good. It's slow to accelerate, however, so it's not a good handling tank. It just has a better top speed. Traverse speed of 24 is quite poor, so it does turn slowly. Hull armor, we have 130 at the front, 51 at the sides, and 38 at the rear. The upgraded turret, not the turret you start with, the upgraded turret has 165 at the front, 112 on the side, and 112 on the rear. I'll just talk quickly about the armor. Finally, we have a tank that has, in the British heavy line, it has World War II technology instead of World War I technology. Yes, they actually have sloped the front of the tank. So you recall the Black Prince had flat plates which people punched through with ease, Tier 8 and 9 tanks. Well, we've done away with that and it's sloped. However, the armour is now quite thin. The lower frontal plate is very easily punched through. Also, your ammo storage is just here at the front and does get hit a lot. It doesn't usually get destroyed. I've only had it destroyed once, whereas one shot at my tank. Most of the time it's just damage, which then doubles your loading time. So you need to make sure you carry a repair kit because you will need to do that. I have also fitted a spall liner that does seem to help protect the ammo rack, especially from HE shells. Tier 9 and 10 artillery can one-shot this tank. It is very large profile, it's quite a wide tank, and they love hitting it. It has poor acceleration, so it makes it easy for them. Also, there are tank destroyers out there that can one-shot this tank as well because the armor is quite poor. 130 at the front against Tier 9 tanks is totally inadequate. The side armor of 51 is also totally inadequate, and it's not sloped at all. The rear is also not sloped. So you cannot side scrape in this tank, although it will just punch holes through your side, and you can't really angle this tank. If you angle it much more than that, you're in trouble. So you're really getting maybe 140 out of the front armor, which is totally inadequate. Everybody in the game can punch holes through you. If you do try and side scrape or present a bit more of an angle, they will overmatch, the guns will overmatch and punch a hole straight through your side. Okay, the turret traverse is 36, which is quite good, and tank is good at shooting moving targets, so pesky little AMXs, you can hit them quite well with this tank. The view range is 400 meters, which is very, very good, and the signal range is 750, which is excellent. Let's have a look at the grind and the gun selection. It is a very slow grind in this tank. You need to get a lot of experience to get the different components. You have an A barrel gun and a B barrel gun. There's not much difference except the A barrel has a slightly slower rate of fire and is slightly less accurate and has a slower aiming time. The B barrel is the one you want. We have 7.69 rate of fire, which is not super fast, but it's quick for a heavy tank. 226 penetration and 230 damage. 0.32 accuracy is very good, and a 1.9 aiming time is very good. The problem with this gun is the alpha damage of 230. It is totally and utterly inadequate for a Tier 8 heavy tank, especially with the rate of fire not being fast enough to make up for the lack of damage. What happens in this tank is you do not get any respect from other tanks, especially Tier 9 and 10 heavies and tank destroyers. They know that you cannot do much damage to them. 220, I mean, these tanks have got over 2,000 hit points. So to actually kill one of them, you need to hit them, well, not a tank destroyer, they have less, but say a heavy tank, you will need to hit and penetrate the tank, say 10 times at least, to get a kill. They know that, and they know that your armour is weak as piss, so every time you pop out to take a shot at them, they just put a hole in you. All they do is drive straight at you. And there's nothing you can do. You cannot turn very fast this tank. It doesn't go backwards very fast, doesn't accelerate fast. Even trying to use it as a hill fighter, I find that you can only do that if your hill is a long way away, because if it's close, they'll just drive straight at you. It can hill fight though. It does have, finally, we have a tank with good gun depression. It has 10 degrees of gun depression and 18 degrees of elevation, which is very good. So it can hill fight, but the hill has to be a long way away. The front armour can bounce shots if you're a long way away. Also, I've found sometimes if you pop out from a corner to take a shot, you might be on an angle like that, and some people will try and shoot down on the hull on this angle and it will bounce off then. It'll pretty much an auto bounce angle. But if you're front on, lower plate, upper plate, they just blast you. And straight through the mantlet, they just blast you. They don't care. So, yeah, I found a Black Prince a bit that way too. They really don't give you any respect because you just don't do enough damage. They just drive up to you and blast you. Camouflage wise, the tank has average camouflage for a tier 8 heavy. It's not great, but it's not terrible. However, you are a big silhouette and you're an easy hit. I have vents fitted and a gun rammer fitted. Probably could get rid of the gun rammer and put in a binoculars, might be good, because you need to be far away to use this tank. Without any more comments on it, let's get into some gameplay. The first gameplay I have for you is just a quick one, no stats, but just demonstrating how tanks give you a lack of respect, so you can see what I'm talking about. And the other games after that are just rather good games that I had. Okay, so the map is Steps or Steeps.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And it's just a bit of an example of how, because of the low damage of the gun, enemies don't really, well, if they know what they're doing, they don't really care about you, they just charge you. Mind you, we've got some tough tanks there because it's a tier 10 game and we're in a tier 8 tank, which doesn't help. Here he comes. The Centurion's hit us as well. And look, we do a similar amount of damage to a Centurion, which is a medium tank. That was the worst place I possibly could have shot that Fock, right in the mantlet. Anyway. I'll take a bit more time this time, line up on the weak spot. Thing is, I get 200 and something damage, he does 784 to me with that shot. So, he's doing approximately 4 times the damage with his shots compared to my shots. So, why would he give me any respect? And when you're in a tier 9, 10 game, that sort of action from your opponents is very common against this tank. They just see you as like a fly. So yeah, and you're too slow to sort of back up fast enough to run. So yes, there you go.
Move out.
Okay, the map is Erlenberg. My tier 8 Caernarvon. I'll just speed this up a little bit because it'll take a while to get moving here. I just want to see where everyone would go. I've been spotted, so I'm back to normal speed now. I back up straight away because there's no artillery, but I just can't afford to get hit by any tank destroyers or anything that may have pushed forward. It was a bit strange getting spotted, so there must be somebody at the side here because I hadn't got to the trees yet. There's an AMX up there. He just pulls out before we can get a shot at him. Somebody else gets him, which is good. I'll speed this up again to 2 times. And back to 1 times. Looks like we're trying to get a shot here.
Penetration.
The turret traverse is quite good for lining up moving targets. I'm moving back now and trying to see if I can. He can still know where he is, so I'm just trying to see if we can get him when he comes out again. There he is. Someone else gets him just before me. Alright, we'll speed it up again to 2 times. Okay, well that tank's getting hit, so there must be somebody around this corner. They've started capping, as you can see, and they're on 68, 69%, so I've got to act. I have to go in, even though this tank's not a brawler.
That one bounced.
We bounced. That looked to me to be a perfectly aimed shot on the IS-3 on his cheek, which he was angled slightly towards me. That's the perfect place to hit. It didn't work. Yep, that's a good hit. So now I go for the lower plate, which a lot of people say is a weak spot on the IS-3. I don't agree. I've never been able to penetrate it effectively.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I have had it hit on me, but I think it's just by tanks that have stacks of penetration. I hardly ever am able to penetrate the lower plate on those tanks. There is a better place to hit them. I don't know if I do it on this shot. No, I go for the lower plate again.
We didn't penetrate
And we
their
bounce
armor.
again. The best spot on the IS-3 is actually at the top, just above the peak of the centre ridge line there. There's a driver view window. I'm aiming right at it now. Right there.
Penetration.
I don't think I actually hit that spot, but it penetrated anyway, but that is the spot. I go for it again, same spot. I'm getting hit, as you can see.
Penetration.
Oh dear, T-34. He's not too hard to penetrate the body anyway, at least.
Penetration.
Using the dead tank, there's a bit of manoeuvring. I'm trying to keep the tank between me and his gun.
Enemy armor is
Get
hit.
another shot on him. That's 3 good shots on him, which is... Oh, we bounced an IS-3 shot. How the hell we did that, I don't know.
Enemy armor is damaged.
One in the side of him. This guy's really going for us. We got hit by a Tiger 2. Where the hell's the Tiger 2 shooting at us from? Everybody's having a go at us. So now into the side of his front plate.
Penetration.
Nice. 197, not a good damage roll for us. Not much damage there.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Another one into him. That's better. 237. Oh, is he?
Enemy vehicle
Wow.
destroyed.
So our reloading speed saved us there. I think his gun might have been damaged, or his ammo rack was damaged, because he was taking forever to load. It is a slow loading gun, but it's not that slow. We were lucky there.
Enemy vehicle
Finally,
destroyed.
we finish off the T-34. We put enough shots into him.
It took 6 shots, is it?
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, 5 shots we put into him.
We get the Tiger 2, he didn't have many points, and it's over. I'm pretty sure they capped. Yeah, so the enemy did cap. Looks like we got a Spartan badge. I don't think that's cool. I think that's Spartan, which is surviving a ricochet when you don't have much health left. We've got a Reaper award, so because we killed those 3 tanks there at the end with a shot each, a penetration each. And the other thing is one of those long-term awards, like, you know, you've killed so many German tanks or whatever it is. Next screen. We finished on top for experience, and damage-wise, we also finished on top, which is a bit of a sad indictment on the rest of the team, because we didn't do that good. Although the other team only had 1 tank that did more damage than us anyway, their IS-3, so I think they just capped. They ended the game early through capping, and yeah. Shots fired 19, direct hits 17, penetrations 14, 777 damage, which is quite good. Potential damage received 3,000. Hits received 8, penetrations 4. They were just must have been shooting us in the wrong spot, or we were just very lucky. I think they weren't getting good shots on us because I was keeping that tank between us, and they're probably having to take really bad shots. Enemy damage 5, destroyed 3, spotting damage 341. So not bad. We made pretty good money, but the ammunition is quite expensive for ammunition that does such low damage, and repair of the vehicle, so we ended up with 18. Experience was not too bad, I guess, for the game. Next game.
Time to roll out.
The map is Erlenberg. It's a tier 8 game, so we're top tier in this game, which is nice. I'll just speed it up a little bit and start here. What I intend to do is use the gun depression to my advantage here by using this hill and trying to keep my tank the hell out of the way, just exposing maybe my turret or as little of my tank as possible, trying to hide my lower hull. Back to normal speed now, see what we can see. Which at this stage is not much. Oh, we've spotted someone.
Enemy armor is damaged.
249 is good damage for this gun. In the last game, by the way, I had the B barrel fitted. I hadn't actually got to the A barrel yet. So that was some of those low damage rolls you saw don't happen as much with this B barrel, even though they've got the same, supposedly same average damage. Take a bit of a risk here, coming right up, aiming for his lower plate.
Enemy is hit.
Don't think we hit his lower plate, but it penetrated anyway. I bounced a shot there from a T-29. Great, this little mod I've just got recently, which shows you what kind of who's hitting you and what kind of ammunition they're using. It's quite interesting to see who uses armor, who uses gold ammo and when they use it. And you find there's a few people who just use the premium ammunition for the whole game. Even when your tank's got terrible armor, they're still using it. So it must cost them a fortune.
Enemy armor is hit.
I hardly ever use it unless the game's dependent on it, but hey, nothing wrong with using it if you want to use it. We bounce another shot there from an IS-6. Very lucky. Actually, let's have a look and see. See if we can see where those shots are hitting. Okay, turret shots. So it's bouncing off our turret, and looks like a couple bounced off our, or one of them at least, bounced off our upper plate as well. Whew, just missed our lower plate, thankfully. So because we're using the hill, that's probably why they can't get our lower plate. Even though it's got pretty good gun depression, this hill is just a little bit too much for me. Or that part of the hill. I need to be where that T-21 is, but I'm also mindful of artillery, and it just went off there, as you can see. So be very careful how I move. I decided to move down to this position. Never been down here before, thought I'd give it a shot. And just under his turret there, and we penetrate. And he hits us. He's firing HE ammo now. Only does 37 damage. I've got a spall liner fitted that reduces damage from explosives. I think because he bounced the shot before, he's just decided to use HE, or unless he's using it for somebody else, maybe. Yeah, potentially the HE can do a lot of damage to my tank, but I'm not sure that that particular tank does very good HE damage. Anyway. I've been spotted again, so I have to be careful of artillery. My 6th sense went off there. And we bounced a shot. It was from an IS. It must be a long way off. We've had incredible luck bouncing shots. I guess that's why I'm showing you this replay. Normally we don't have that sort of luck. Right, so I think we'll try and use this tank and come up next to it. A little bit of shielding of the back. Let's see what we can see this T-29. Oh, here we go. SU-100. Put one through. I found the SU-100s, you can hit them in the top corners of the tank pretty well. But we took a big risk then and we paid for it. We got hit. As you can see, our ammo rack has been damaged. As I said, the ammo rack is in the front. If I just stop the game for a second, we have a look, we'll probably see where they got our ammo rack. Well, I can't actually even see where the rounds went in. Maybe it's just not showing it to us at the moment. Don't know where we got hit. We got hit by a few people at once, and I can't see any actual penetrations. Might not just be showing up, but yeah, the lower plate gets smashed. Oh, we got a good angle for this guy. Yep, that's where you hit him. So you hit him in the frontal plate when they're angled to you, because that frontal plate is only effective when the tank is facing directly at you. When you've got an angle like this, that plate, ooh, I missed a chance there, is the perfect spot to hit. As you can see, it's still quite accurate while it's moving. I managed to get a shot off while I was moving then. And he bounced incredibly. Where is he bouncing off me? An IS-3 bouncing? No, he's hit the upper plate. Ah, I know why. Because we're higher up than he is, he's firing up at me, hitting the upper plate, and it's a very sharp angle. I'm just trying to tease these guys. Our T-71 is driven into the water and is in trouble there. I want to save him, but these guys will do a lot of damage to me. So I get another bounce from the IS. Artillery just misses me. That's the only trouble when moving around here. I'm being spotted. Here comes an IS-2 of ours to the rescue. I decide to go in for the kill because he's almost dead. We get him. Oh, we've been hit by HE shell from artillery. That's 205, so Spoolliner's helped us out there. This guy's facing the other way, so let's take advantage and get him in the back. And let's go after him now. He slid into the water. We shoot him in the water? Why not? Oh, that's... Oh, don't you hate that? Oh, his crew's drowned. And... the IS just drove into the water as well. I don't know whether that was deliberate. I bounced the shot off him underwater.
3 minutes left.
I really don't know. Was that deliberate? Did he just purposefully drive down there so we couldn't get points off him? The whole concept... Oh, we got a good hit there. The whole concept of shooting people when they're underwater is ridiculous anyway. A shell at that velocity wouldn't penetrate water. It would just explode as soon as it hit the surface tension of the water. So you couldn't, in real life, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to shoot anyone underwater. But, hey, it's a game. Actually, Mythbusters did a test for that with bullets, and the bullets just explode as soon as they hit the water. They just break. At that speed, the water's like steel. Well, it's 10-9. So we have 4 tanks, they have 3. I'm just going to speed it up to 2 times here. Slow it down again here because maybe we're about to spot something. It's 10 all now, so they... It doesn't seem to be showing that it's even on the kill screen. Looks like they've got 3 tanks left and we've got 4, but its top screen says 10 all. But it's only showing 3 of their tanks alive. It shouldn't be 10, it should be 11, 13, I don't know. Something's wrong with the game somewhere. So I don't know how many tanks we've got left. I'm going to speed this up a little bit again. I'm hunting out here. Obviously I'm looking to see where this artillery is and see if I can get rid of it. It is a bit of a threat to me, the artillery. Still at 2 times. And one of their tanks has died. We've got 1. Looks like we've got 2 all now, if that's accurate. Oh, there he is.
Penetration.
I move a little bit after I shoot because artillery could be lining me up and game over. Okay, so it turns out we won that game because battle time expired. So we had to defend our base, they had to attack, and time ran out. I got a steel ball and sniper badge, and I did 3,025 damage, which looks like the most damage, and came second on experience. Yeah, good game. And we fired 15 shots, 14 were direct hits, 13 penetrated, which is really, really good. We received 14 hits and only got 5 penetrations, 1 splash damage. So 9 didn't penetrate, which is amazing in this tank. It's very rare for that to happen. We were very lucky. Enemies damaged through... Enemies spotted 3, damaged 6, destroyed 1, a little bit of spotting damage. Pretty good coin we made, and good experience. 840 something with premium camp at 1200, and we had ×5 at that time for the first game of the day. Yay! Next game.
Let's get this show on the road.
The map is Halluf. It's a tier 8 battle. Good map for this tank and a good matchup for this tank. I'm going to speed it up a little bit to 4 times here while we're moving into position. I decided to try and going somewhere I've never gone before just to see how it goes. Don't like that spot though. Decide to move up here. Okay, back to normal speed now. M6.
We didn't even scratch them.
Oh, terrible shooting by me there. He gets into the cap. I've been spotted, so now I start moving back. Another great thing about this game is there's no artillery, which is good for me. So as you can see, going up the hill, not very fast. It does lack power, because it lacks acceleration. So our, I think it's a Hellcat of ours, has also moved into the cap. So they're no longer capping. Churchill 7. Can't see it anymore, but I'm going to blind fire a little bit. They're a slow moving tank. Who knows, I might have tracked him. Looks like it's hitting. Yep. Tried to get his track there, but missed. I'm going to blind fire again. That looks like it hit. Didn't look like he had much more room to move back. And they're very slow to turn. You never know, he might have tracked him, so it doesn't I can't see any dirt getting kicked up, so I'm assuming we're hitting him, so I'm just going to keep firing.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
We killed him, looks like. That'll be good, because that'll come up after in the after game stats. Remember that, Churchill 7.
Penetration.
Actually, for a heavy tank, the gun is reasonably quick to load.
Penetration.
But doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't load fast enough to make up for the lack of damage. In a map like this where people can't rush you, it's not too bad. Oh, I dropped short.
Enemy armor is damaged.
That's better. Missed. Another Churchill 7? Ah, no, it's not another Churchill 7. We killed some other tank.
Critical hit.
That other tank must have just pulled in front of it while we were shooting at it and walked into our gun. Isn't that hilarious? Or maybe we just couldn't see the other tank, it wasn't showing up because it was hidden. The Churchill went behind it, so all of our shots were just hitting that tank, the unspotted tank. Oh, I'll be interested to see what that is. What is it? It looks like it says T49. I think it says T49, so I have to check the after game stats on that one. Blind firing once again. It worked once, so why not? Does carry plenty of ammo, this tank. Looks like we might be in trouble here. They're starting to move up on us. I decide to see if I can flank. But it looks like he's backing off. I'm hedging my bets here so I can still reverse back if I need to. That's 8-9, still a close game. Here they are back again. I might speed this up a little bit here. I decide to join the fight, even though I'm not a brawler. Just figure I've got to help out here somehow. I've still got full hit points, so I can take a couple of hits. So we do take a hit, 423, and we give back 200 and something. That's why you can't really brawl in this tank, because blow for blow everybody does more damage than you. So.
We didn't even scratch them.
And we didn't even damage him with that one.
Enemy armor is hit.
And we bounced that one, luckily, because we had a very sharp angle on and our frontal plate was exposed.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yay, we got one. He hasn't got much health left, and we've got a fair bit still, so
Enemy armor is
we can
destroyed.
afford to be a bit cheeky. We also we just bounced a shot from the KV3 there as well. We were very lucky. When you poke around the corner like that, this does bounce some shots because you're presenting that sloped front, and it does seem to, I don't know, they just seem to aim for it and bounce off it. So in that respect, it can be quite good. It's 12-11, still quite close, although we're in the lead. It looks like they've only got 3 tanks left. Yeah, and we've got 4. Okay. So I decided to start heading towards the cap. Although I am still worried about the other side, so I decide to just try and work my way up the side and see if there's anybody. Probably those 2 tank destroyers are still up on the ridge. So the tank moves quite a bit better than the Churchills and Black Prince, but it's still not a fast tank uphill. It's still pretty darn slow. I'm going to speed this up 4 times. Okay, here we go. Back to normal speed. It's the Churchill up here.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yay! Finally we got that Churchill. I don't know how many shots we put into it. I'm speeding it up again to 2 times. 5 minutes left in the game.
5-minute warning.
I type in cap. Yeah, there's not much time left, so I've told the other guys to start capping. And they've started doing that, which is good. I'm at 4 times speed now. Still 2 tank destroyers somewhere around. I decide they're probably... Oh, here we go, here he is.
Penetration.
He bounces off me, unbelievable. Reloaded now.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Amazing to even hit him. I was wobbling around so much. He hits us for the good one then. I miss. But actually, he just tracked us. It didn't do any actual damage. Our tracks absorbed the damage from that shot. He misses.
Enemy armor is
But I don't.
damaged.
And we bounced that shot somehow. I guess the angle we're presenting from coming around the tank. This one he doesn't miss, and he hits us for 258, but we shoot back and kill him. They're all dead. End of the game. Alright, that game gave me my first class mastery badge. Very happy about that. Nice looking screen. Lots of damage, lots of hits. So we did 3,349 damage in that game, and we earned 1,182 experience without premium. Very good result. 229 had a good game as well. And on the other team there, KV3 did pretty well. Okay, and we fired 36 shots, had 22 direct hits, 22 penetrations. That's amazing. Every shot penetrated. It was a tier 8 game. There are no tier 9 or 10s involved, so that does make a difference. Damage 3,349. We received 7 hits. Only 3 of those penetrated. I'm showing you good games I had that went really well, so it's giving you a bit of a false idea. You don't normally bounce this many shots, especially with 9 tier 10 tanks involved. Enemy spotted 2, damaged 6, destroyed 5. We destroyed 5. Yeah, that's a good game. And we did 541 spotting damage. 54 grand for that game. With our expenses taken out, it's down to 24, which is pretty bad. $24,000 in ammunition. I'm pretty sure I only fired standard rounds. I don't think I loaded any premium rounds in, so that's it's a lot of money on ammo. Received with platinum account to 1,700 experience, and there was a mission going at the time which we got a double experience for. Alright, all done. Thank you for watching my review of the Tier 8 British Heavy, the Caernarvon. Just to give you an idea of how wide the tank is, let's have a look at the IS-3, the Russian Tier 8 Heavy, the equivalent. So there's your, I'll move in a bit forward, there's your IS-3, and there's your Caernarvon. As you can see, it's a wide tank, a big tank. So, as the Caernarvon moves its fat ass out of the garage, we say farewell, and thank you for watching. If you like my reviews, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. If you like the review, give us a thumbs up, and have fun.